car that's in 3D. And the first thing we're going to do is kind of plan out how big our car is going to be, because we don't want it to be too wide or too long. So that's a good length for a car, maybe a little bit longer. That looks like a good car size. Now we're going to draw the side of the car right here. The other side is going to be right here. And this is going to be the top and the front windshield and the hood and the front end. And this whole thing is going to fold up and be a 3D car. You need a couple of things. You need graph paper. You can't do this really without graph paper. You're also going to need a straight edge. Now something like this is really good because it's got circles and things we can use. We're also going to need a light table because we're going to trace one side to make the other side, and that's a lot easier than trying to count squares. So first we're going to draw a car. We're going to kind of sketch out a basic car shape. Now a couple of things. The roof of the car has to touch this line. If you've got a gap in here, it's not going to work. It has to, because this is how the car is going to join to this body right here. It's going to fold right here. Now to make it easier on ourselves, let's try to make every corner right where two grid lines meet. That'll just make it easier on ourselves. We don't have to, but we will. So here's a basic car. Let's make it a fastback, just make it a little bit more interesting. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw this dark. And to make it easy, we're only going to use straight lines. That's what my card's going to look like from the side. Now we need to make this, and what's going to happen is this distance we need to plot right here. We're using our graph lines to keep these lines straight and keep our angles square. So this is our windshield, and so this distance needs to be the same as this distance. Now you can't just do this, because even though it lines up, this is actually longer. It's going to be somewhere around here. There's two ways we can figure this. We could actually measure, and it's like, yes, it's 22 millimeters or whatever it is, or it's an inch and three big ones and a little one, but that's awkward and not necessary. Here's the best way to do it. You get a piece of paper and you fold it, so you got a straight line, and we're going to line it up right on that edge, and we're going to make a mark and a mark, and we're going to kind of connect it so we know this is our windshield distance. And then we're just going to put this thing right here, and that's our distance. We're going to want another one over here, and once we have a mark and a mark, we can get a ruler and we can connect it. And this is our windshield. Now this is going to be our hood, and again, we can't just make it this long. We need to measure this thing. We're going to put a mark and a mark. This is how long our hood is, and we're going to put it right here where the windshield starts, and make a mark there, and make a mark here, and connect these. So here's our hood and our windshield. Now our front end is going to be right here. So this piece is going to go here, this piece is going to go here, and this piece is going to fold and go right here. And we're going to measure this thing. It's actually 2 squares. And we're in luck because this is right there. It isn't usually right on a grid line, but it is today. And then just to make it easy to understand what's going on, we'll make a couple of headlights here. So there's our front end. Now the back, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to line up my paper and make a couple of marks. And I'm going to put these marks right here. So you can see this is our back end. This appears to be a little bit longer. If we make a second mark, we know that this is going to be a straight line. Now we need to figure out our back here. Now we know it's 3 because we can look at it, but since this line isn't exactly on a line, we can't go 1, 2, 3 and make a line right here because then this would be too short. We need to make our mark right about there. Now we need to get this other side. We could kind of plot it, like this little angle here is 3 this way and 2 that way. We could go 3 this way and 2 that way, make a dot, and then connect it like this. But then when we start making marks like this, this gets really, really tedious. And there's a much easier way to do it. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold the paper in half. We're going to go right down the center line like this. The easy way to fold something is you pinch and you pinch, and then you just mash. That'll give you a line exactly where you want to. So we're going to take this onto a light table, and we're going to be able to see through and trace this side right here. If you don't have a light table, you can always get if you've got a glass table or a piece of something that's translucent, you put a lamp under it and you got a light table. If you don't have anything, last resort is you can get a window and tape your drawing to the window and just trace with the sunlight coming through the window. Okay, so here's my car, and I've got it folded in half, and I'm going to trace this side of the car. We can kind of see it through it. This is why we have to have a light table. We have 2 sides the same. We can put the light table away now. We could almost cut this thing out, but we need something called tabs. When this edge touches this edge, it needs to join. Okay, so here's 2 pieces of paper. If we try to join their edges together, this is really hard. They don't want to do it. And even if you could, there would be no real way to glue those together. There's hardly any room for glue to actually be on this. You'd glue it together and it would come right apart again. What we do is we make one of these pieces a little bit longer, and we fold that little piece over. We call this a tab, and we'll put glue on that, and then we will cover this up like that. And so there's glue that can, so our car needs tabs. We need to tab every place where 2 lines join. So these 2 are going to need 1 tab, and these 2 are going to need 1 tab. So now there's a little confusion. You only need 1 tab here. You don't need 1 on this side also. Both of these are going to share this tab. And it doesn't matter if you put it on this side or this side. They'll both work the same. We're going to put a tab here. Now we have to make sure that we do cut in here. We'll leave a little gap, and we'll put some stripes on it just so we know that that's a tab. Now we want to make these things at least 1/4 inch thick. If you make them really thin, it's going to be really hard to fold those with your fingers. The thicker they are, the easier it will be. So this one's like a 1/2 inch thick. This is going to be an easy tab to do. Now these don't have to be very exact. I don't even need to use a ruler with most of these because they're going to be inside the car. We're not going to see them anyway. Make sure that your tab does go all the way to the corner. If you have a little tab like this, it's not going to work very well, and it's going to be kind of hard to cut that thing out. We're going to do 2 more tabs, kind of. Nothing's really going to stick here. What this is going to do is as we fold this in, it's going to keep the car from twisting. It's going to make it a little bit more rigid on the bottom of the car. Now, I could cut this thing out right now and build a car, or we could make a Xerox copy of this thing and build the copy. If you do it that way, you can spend a lot more time making this look really, really good, and you could even build a car and find a problem with it and then change the lines and make another copy and build that car, and you could build several of these until you had this thing really, really good, and then you could make lots and lots and lots of them. You could also draw this on the computer, which makes things a little easier. We would draw one side of the car and then we would simply copy these lines and flip them upside down to make that side. And then we could add color and shading effects and all kinds of things here. So there's a lot of things we can do, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut this one out. We don't cut the tabs off. Some people will cut the tabs off. If we didn't want to cut them out, we wouldn't have drawn them. Now this, you have to be careful to go all the way here, and you have to know where not to cut. If I cut all the way through here, I'm going to cut my poor car in half. Now there is a thing that makes it a lot easier. If I fold the car in half, I can cut out both sides at the same time. So here's my car. Now, one thing to make this easy to build is we're not going to put any glue on it until we fold it on all the lines. We're going to pre-fold the whole thing. If I just put glue on all my tabs right now, I can fold this one and glue it, but by the time I get to, let's say, this one over here, the glue will soak into the paper and the paper's going to be all soggy. So I don't want to do that. I also don't want to put any glue on until I know exactly how this thing folds. I don't want to sit here with wet glue and say, oh wait, I forgot to cut something. So this tab, you can see, folds in, and this tab is going to fold in, and this is going to kind of go like that. But we want to pre-fold it first. So I'm going to, oh look, it won't fold here. It won't fold here because I didn't cut that line. I did it on purpose to show you why you need to cut to there. Now I can fold it. Here, I didn't cut them, and you can see it doesn't want to fold. You have to cut this piece out. Matter of fact, I can just do this, and this whole piece can be a tab. Goes right like that. Now this piece here, notice how we can bend the car? If I fold that in, it doesn't want to bend anymore. So this is a fold just to make it strong. So now we've got all folded, and you can see it kind of wants to be a car now. So I'm going to get my glue. Now this tacky glue is really great stuff because it doesn't make the paper soggy, and you don't need a lot of it. Just put a little bit, smear it around, and I'm going to hold it like that for maybe 5 to 10 seconds. Now if you have that Elmer's glue, that will work, but if you use too much of it, it's going to make your paper soggy and it's going to wrinkle up. So if you've got glue like that, you want to use it a little differently. If I had that other thin glue, I'd want to go drop, 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 make a couple tiny drops. Then as the glue shrinks, it's not going to wrinkle the paper as much. I'm going to hold that for 5 seconds. And I'll hold it. Now there's a common mistake with glue, especially with children. They think that the more glue you put down, the better it will stick. And that's not true at all. The more glue you have, the longer it will take that glue to dry. So if you want to use a little bit of glue, a little bead like that, smear it around, that's all you need. And now we have a 3D car. You could put a thing on the bottom if you wanted to. And now there's another thing. This car is actually straight up the sides. We can make cars where it kind of slopes inwards a little bit, but that's for another lesson.